Everybody, I hope you guys are having a beautiful day. We're here to do the daily collective read for today, Wednesday, January 11th, 2023. What is coming up in the cards today? Can I please get, I'm not surprised to see it based on what we got yesterday. Can I please get the other two cards, please? Oh my goodness gracious. One more card, please. Oh, guys, this is a spread. There's one card. The center card is hidden right now. Wow. Okay. This is going to take a minute to explain, so just bear with me. First, okay, so you'll recall yesterday we saw a lot of things around partnerships breaking, tower moments, things that are messy, but all for the end card, which was worth it, which was that Three of Swords in its reversal. So that moment of healing coming on the heels of this great fracturing. Well, we're starting this right where we left off last week, particularly with the first card in our 5-card spread being the Two of Cups in its reversal. So a lot of the feelings today, your mind is very much focused on some partnership that has broken around you. And there's a lot of fixation point on this right now. This card comes up because either that this is a fracturing of some, doesn't necessarily need to be romantic. It could be professional. It could be personal. Often it is romantic. We're getting a lot of indications, especially when you see the other cards here, that this is something more on the romantic side. You'll see in a minute. But a lot of fixation of the mind on this broken connection and thinking about it, dwelling on it, trying to figure out what could be done or what has occurred. There's also, though, I think that there is something protected around your thinking around this, because we are also seeing here this beautiful Temperance card. And this Temperance card is this divine card of patience. There is something here that even though this pain of the broken partnership is there, you are feeling this higher sense of calm, this higher sense of understanding that this is something that you need to be patient through, that even what you're feeling right now will pass, because even this experience of this fracturing is something that is being divinely protected in some way, shape, or form. So there is some peace that's coming through towards you, even as you are experiencing some of this fracturing that you are holding on to right now. There's one card hidden, and this is the center card of the spread. All of this, and I believe this is why we're also seeing the Temperance, is giving you a new sense of focus, though. That even in the midst of those partnerships breaking, you're not allowing it to kind of weigh you down too heavily, but you are using it as inspiration to try to move forward from this point. And you may feel a little clumsy doing so. The Page of Swords, I always point out, is a card that someone's knowledge on how to do something is not as well recognized, or they're not as experienced doing it as they ideally would. But their ambition to do so makes up for any experience that they don't have. So there is, even in this moment, there is something that while many of you are thinking about these broken partnerships, you're not letting it stop you from moving forward on the things that you need to move forward with. And in fact, you're kind of trying to use it as a springboard right now, telling yourself that there's something about this ending, that is giving you this new vitality to move into new things. What are you trying to move into? Well, it's funny you should ask, because here it is, the Lovers card coming up. So for many of you, you are using this opportunity. You are using this moment of some split that is occurring around you, and you are allowing yourself to get the insight from your higher self that is telling you that you must be a little patient as you go through this, that as difficult as it is, there's something better for you at the other end of it. And this is what's giving you this new energy, this new moment of expansion, because you know that you are now trying to move into deeper partnership, taking the lessons of this broken partnership with you as you go on that journey. And we love to see this because it's a reminder that with the Lover's card, we see that this is a relationship that you are now seeking that is one of ascension. So one that is going to be a supportive environment, one that is going to bring you into your highest self. And that in itself is what's giving you the energy to really power through, even in the midst of this fracturing. That's not to say that this is easy. And today I feel there's still going to be a lot of fixation on those broken partnerships, as is given evidence by the 9 of Swords coming up here at the end of the 5-card spread, which says there is still a lot of pain that is being experienced as it relates to understanding the full capacity of what is being removed from your life. Even knowing that it is being removed for your best self does not mean that it is easy. So today is going to be a day that is going to require you to do a little bit of that work and to carry some of that burden as you move through it. So be a little patient with yourself. Know that this period of time, you are being divinely protected. That Temperance card is there for a reason. We are going to get some clarity now in terms of the 5-card spread. Can I please get one card to clarify? Clarifying between the 2 of Cups and its reversal, so this broken partnership that you are coming to terms with, and this call for patience, this moment where you're kind of letting your trust fall into the universe, letting that higher knowledge come in, trying to heal and telling yourself that this is for the best as you do so, that this is divinely protected, we like this. The 5 of Cups in its reversal. And this is this moment where you're doing a lot of work right now. You're trying to see the benefits. You are forcing yourself to turn your perspective away from what is lost and instead to start to try to see what is being gained in this absence that is occurring. That there are opportunities, that there are new possibilities that are going to be coming towards you. And you are really, today is a lot of mind over matter is what we're really seeing right now. Giving yourself that moment, forcing yourself through this to truly allow your perspective to change and understand that this is for your benefit. And that yes, there are things that are lost, but that these things that are lost are actually things that are going to help propel you to the place that you need to be, that this is a better place that you are moving towards. Continuing to get clarity between this Temperance card. So this feeling right now of rest, of pause, knowing or feeling that you are safe and protected, turning your attention to this higher insight, this higher guidance, allowing this moment from Spirit to move you through this, even as you are feeling the pain of this loss. And this new sense, these new beginnings, this new energy that you're getting to move out of these broken partnerships into better things, not necessarily knowing completely what you're doing yet, but having the ambition and the drive to do so. Can I please get clarity between these? We've got 2 cards coming up right now. Wow. And this is the thing. In some areas right now, you are feeling deeply abandoned. You are very much feeling this abandonment wound with the 5 of Pentacles, but you are not dwelling in this place. What you are doing instead is you are creating a better environment around you. You are using that energy. You are taking this time and you are taking all of those feelings of loss and abandonment and you are putting them back into yourself and saying, okay, well, I could not find a home in those places, so I'm going to build the best home I can around myself at this moment. This is that alchemy. This is that beautiful alchemy that is being supported by Spirit, which is why we have this Temperance card giving the guidance right now as you go through this. Getting clarity right now between this Page of Swords, so this new energy, getting that confidence forward, allowing yourself to push through. Really mind over matter here, being like, I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing, but I'm going to do it anyway because your focus is still on finding partnership, is on union, but it is a divine union, one that is going to be a supportive environment for you, that's going to help you rise into your spiritual place of power. We have 6 of Cups. And understanding that there are still other energies that are around you that you feel these deep connections with. and turning your attention right now to those bonds, to those karmics, to understand that there isn't just one karmic that's going to be your perfect person, but there's karmic connections that are truly going to see and value you, soulmates that are going to protect and want to cultivate positive things with you. And you are moving yourself now into the direction to seek out those energies to build that more perfect union that you may not have experienced in whatever is now being removed from your life at this moment. Getting clarity right now between the lovers. So this idealized union, this ideal partnership, the one that is truly going to bring you into this higher sense of being, this higher state of grace, because it does not require the constant attention to or constant waiting from someone that is not supporting you the way that you need to be supported, and still bearing the loss and the grief of what has been removed, of what you are losing potentially from this Two of Cups that is now being displaced or pulled from you. Can I please get one card to clarify? We've got two cards here. This is resulting in a bit of anxiety point, particularly with the Magician reversed. So for some of you, this is going to be thinking about this sense of anxiety around one's own ability to have this come to be. This your own doubt, your own fears, because you don't see it yet. You don't see that other energy. And so as a result, you are feeling disconnected. You are feeling that loss, that you could not make things be the way that you had hoped that they would be. And this is going to hit a little bit differently depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy. For feminine energy, this is feeling that way because there is some manifestation of masculine that you feel did not come towards you in the way that you had hoped. That you may still be waiting on this energy, which is why we see that Two of Cups in its reversal. But it's feeling that pulling away of some masculine energy from you. And it is that moment that is making you have these feelings of self-doubt. Now for masculine right now, this is going to hit differently because this is being interpreted as masculine feeling that they don't have the power to create this spirit, this higher connection, that they are not necessarily in that space and they don't have that connection. And this is robbing masculine today of a lot of their own ability to come forward. That they are feeling a bit unmanned, that they are feeling a bit coward. They are kind of running from this because of their own inabilities or their own fears in being able to turn this situation or scenario into what they would hope that they could. Getting clarity right now. Thank you guys so much for the likes, the shares, and the follows. Getting clarity right now between this Five of Cups in its reversal. So even though all of this is happening, right? Even though there is this pain, there is this loss, there is this sense of regret, but trying to find the positives, trying to move forward, trying to look towards what can be gained, even in the sense of what is being lost. We have the Five of Pentacles, and clarifying between this Five of Pentacles. So this feeling of abandonment, this feeling of loss, but also this reinvestment and this reconcentration on your own self and your own abundance as you go through this point. Can I please get one card to clarify? We have, and we've got masculine and feminine basically reflecting themselves to a certain point right now, because while masculine is now in a place where they are not feeling, they feel like they've lost the power to come forward, that they don't know how to come forward, and it's that anxiety point and that fear that's keeping them held back. They don't know what to do to be able to have this point of communication. Feminine is just in a point where they feel like they've lost something here and they're not communicating. That that their abilities to communicate has been robbed from them. And this is what's leading them to this space where they're just not feeling in their power today. You may be feeling a bit drained of energy, feminine. For masculine, this is a moment of feeling like there is a feminine that is effectively no longer in contact with them. And this is what is also causing this grief. But trying to move into the positives, trying to move towards the bright side, even in the face of that loss. Continuing to get clarity right now between the Five of Pentacles, so this feeling of abandonment, but this reinvestment, this reconcentration on one's own home, on one's own space, on one's own abundance, and turning one's attention to those strong karmic connections, those bonds that energetically support you, that know that they are allied on your side, that know they're going to be there when you need them, that are not going to abandon you, and they're going to continue to invest. They're going to always be there as a support system. Can I please get one card to clarify? We have new foundations being created. We have those deeper, stronger foundations, a concentration and a reinvestment point on building a strong foundation from which you can build anew, from which you can create what you have hoped to create. That even in this moment of abandonment, this is where we see that same Page of Swords coming through, taking this opportunity and not allowing yourself to fall into despair, but using it to fortify your own foundation, to build back stronger, and to seek out those connections that are going to act as a support system as you attempt to do so. Drawing clarity right now between this Six of Cups. So a focus and a reinvestment in the connections, in those karmic connections that are supportive, that have your back, that you feel that you are constantly able to build this connective tissue with, to have a past and future with, that is going to kind of heal the abandonment wound that is clearly being addressed and faced with whatever this breaking is. And also using this to help support you as you're in this place where you are going through some self-doubt, where you are kind of processing. And this could also be processing some feelings of manipulation that you may have experienced around you as well. Magician in its reversal can also talk about some kind of manipulative energy that you may feel that you have experienced. As you kind of deal with this energy of feeling kind of at a loss, of not being able to do the things that you want to do the way you want to do them. And for feminine, feeling the loss of this energy of some manifestation of masculine that is not coming forward the way that one had hoped or desired. For masculine, this is just being in this place of disempowerment, of feeling that you don't have what you need to be able to do the things that you want to do right now. And this is what's creating this energy that you are not coming forward in some capacity. Can I please get one card to clarify? Whoop. We've got 3 cards here. Oh, wow. And they're all around the masculine. So I will say this today is going to be a hard day for masculine and feminine, because there's a lot of processing that's occurring. But for masculine, it's going to be very, very difficult, particularly because whatever this energy is that the masculine is experiencing that is keeping them from being able to come forward the way, and we see here that there are some feminines that are waiting for this masculine energy to come forward and are not sure where that is. This gives a lot of clarity as to why, because masculine is in a point right now where they feel like they've lost all power. There's a lot of issues right now around this masculine energy right now, feeling like their power has been lost, and they're in a place of feeling very overwhelmed emotionally in terms of trying to understand how to deal with that they don't seem to have this power anymore, that some area in their life they feel that they have lost some very fundamental control on. And this is creating a very deep emotional issue around the masculine right now. And it's preventing them, in a sense, from being able to see any future outcomes. That whatever masculine is experiencing right now, they're in a place where they're completely focused on what they're losing and the control that they feel that they lost. And they feel like whatever this is, they feel like their prospects in the future have also been removed given this circumstance or situation. For feminine, this is really a lot of attention potentially being, this is where we see this 9 of Swords coming up. We are seeing here that feminine is still, as much as they're trying to move forward right now, there is still a lot of anxiety and direction spent on where this missing masculine energy is that is potentially wrapped up with this broken partnership, and feeling that they see no path forward with this energy, but also starting to understand that the reasons they may feel like that is because this energy is one that could not be relied upon, that potentially was not necessarily serving their highest good, because this energy is one that is in such a place that they cannot be relied upon or able to create a controlled, safe environment, given the Emperor in its reversal and the King of Cups. So someone who does not have the emotional stability to support them, and is also uses their control or power over them, over the feminine, in negative or toxic or damaging ways. And that is what's preventing this moment for feminine to be able to see any path forward with this same energy, because they haven't come forward. And it's basically robbed some connection of its power to continue. Going on to get clarity between these points, getting clarity right now between this Queen of Wands and its reversal. So the feminine energy right now, feeling, again, we've got a Magician in its reversal and the Queen of Wands in its reversal. These energies are, once again, very much reflecting themselves. So experiencing a moment, feminine is experiencing a moment right now where they do necessarily feel that some of their own power and abilities are also being robbed of them. And this is also limiting and has taken away their ability to communicate, period. That they've specifically just not in a point of communication, given the place that they find themselves. But feminine, and for masculine, it's feeling like there is a feminine that they have lost communication or contact with. And that this is a lot of the attention point. Getting clarity between that and potentially the abandonment point. The abandonment point that is being experienced on both sides, but using this time to reinvest in the self in the process. Can I please get one card? Oh, I'm sorry. Getting clarity. This was my mistake. Getting clarity between, I mispulled the wrong cards. Getting clarity right now between this feminine energy that is not in communication right now, but also using this time to build stronger, better foundations around you, even in this sense of absence, even during this moment of quietude. Like, what we're really seeing here is the communication not coming through. And so instead there's a refocus on the practical, on what can actually be changed, on what you can hold in your hands, because the communication is not coming through. Can I please get one card to clarify? Oop. I like this. I like this. We have Ace of Cups coming through. So this is saying that feminine right now, feminine is not in a point of communication. They're feeling disempowered. They're feeling like a lot of their energy is robbed. But again, they're using this time, both with that Nine of Pentacles and this Three of Pentacles atop it, to reinforce the things around them that create a sense of stability. They're concentrating on their own stability, and they're also concentrating on their own health, on their own care, on being able to heal themselves. Masculine energy is also doing the same here, except they are doing this in spite of this feminine energy that they are focused on but is not in communication. They are also fortifying themselves and concentrating on their own healing as well. Clarifying right now on trying to build these new foundations, trying to start anew, trying to build from the ground up, stronger, better, building that protection, building that firmament around you. Because, and for feminine, this is because this feeling of a masculine that you really feel may have deeply, deeply hurt you. And you're now looking as in a way of someone who is not only potentially Feminine's looking at this energy right now as someone who's potentially even, you know, emotionally overwhelming or emotionally manipulative, and also who uses their power in unhealthy ways, and just coming to a point of acceptance that they can't go forward with this energy. For masculine, this is a feeling of trying to build a new fortification, because you really feel at this point that something has been taken from you in a fundamental way, in some massive way. Something is lost that has taken you, robbed you of all your power. You're very much in an emotional place because of it, and you don't see any way forward in terms of your future plans. But reinvesting in that strength and trying to build that solid foundation around you in the process. We have High Priestess in its reversal. So what we really have here is feminine is concentrating on their self-care right now, because they really feel that there is a deep spiritual alignment, misalignment that is coming through today. Feminine is not feeling as connected to their own spiritual self. And they're working very much through this. But I like the fact that feminine is working through this not only with their Queen of Wands here, but with their High Priestess here. Feminine is very much acknowledging this. And as a result, they're trying to refocus on their own self-care. For masculine, what we're really seeing is a focus on self-care, because they're being forced into this place because they feel that they are not in communication with some feminine, or they feel like the feminine energy around them is not aligned to this higher spiritual point. And so even as they're focusing on this feminine that they're not feeling this link with, they're focusing on their own care. This is the broken partnership. This is everything around this broken partnership that we're seeing, that we started the day off on. Can I please get the final card for today's spread? We have balance. These two energies are back in alignment. They're both in grief. They're both grieving. They're both trying to start anew, but we're seeing masculine and feminine energies in alignment, and both are working really, really hard right now on trying to create a sense of balance for themselves, which I don't hate. This is the healing journey. You guys want to talk about what a twin flame journey actually is supposed to do? If I was going to say it, you guys know how much I hate that word. If I was going to say it, this is what the twin flame journey is supposed to do. It's supposed to break you so then you heal. Okay? So if you ever wanted me to give you your twin flame reading, let this be the twin flame reading, because this is talking about a broken partnership that is causing both people a great deal of grief and a great deal of pain. But what are they doing in the space of that grief? They're upgrading. They're upgrading themselves. Everybody wants Grace Strega to talk about a twin flame journey. There's the twin flame journey. This is what's supposed to happen. So you're welcome. But I have to say, long story short, this is going to feel like a rough day. It's going to feel very emotionally triggering, but there is healing underneath the emotion if you allow yourself to get into that space. Yes, absolutely, Reborn Again. Bottom of the deck on this, just to keep in mind as we go forward. Listen, 9 of Wands in its reversal, though. I have to point out, nobody's resting in this place of pain. I have to point this out. Both of these energies are doing everything they can not to allow themselves to be sheltered in or trying to mourn. And I will also point out, it's very much coming through in the opposite, whereas there might be a need right now. There might be a need to hunker down and to heal. But both energies, masculine and feminine right now, refuse to allow themselves to feel like they are denying, that they are hiding behind walls, and instead they're pushing themselves forward. But really, that is a bit of an act right now, because what's really happening is there is a very deep wound that is trying to be healed, that both energies are trying to heal by forcing themselves through it. I'm just the messenger, folks. That's the that is the daily collective read for the day. Just a reminder, if you would like to book a private reading with me, you can book one on my website, gracestrega.com. Please keep in mind, if you book a private reading, it is a 2-step process. You have to book the reading and you have to pay for the reading in order for us to have the reading. My private readings are done over Zoom with an option of a video recording sent to you. And if you're a subscriber to my TikTok channel, you can take 10% off any of my services when you go to pay. Just mention your TikTok subscriber and ID at the point of payment. I want to thank you guys so much for having this reading with me today, and I will be back tomorrow. Take care. Guys, that was the daily collective read. It's a lot. It's a lot.